Okay, so now we're gonna get into the fun stuff where we actually start to get some products into our store, and we're gonna make this store look like a real store, and we're going to do it much quicker than you might think. So it might seem a little bit out of order, but how we are going to organize this, and trust me, I've thought about this a lot, is we are going to go over one app, the most important app. So we're just only gonna talk about one Shopify app. Then we're going to talk about how to actually make your store beautiful. And then we are going to talk about all the other best apps, because some of them are paid apps, some of them you don't need. These are the key. This is the one app you truly need to use, right? It makes the automation so beautiful and perfect, and it takes a lot of time out of your actual plate of what you have to do to manage your store once you start to scale and get more and more orders. So we are going to sign up to Oberlo. And so it's pretty easy. You can add it to Oberlo right here, or you can sign up. It takes like 2 seconds. Log in or sign up. So once you have Oberlo, basically just you can link it to your Shopify by clicking this button. And if you're already logged into Shopify in the same browser window, it'll just kind of magically do its thing. So we're gonna press install app, and so now we have our Shopify store, we're connected to our Shopify store, and we are going to add our first product. So they do this purposely because they're trying to build their own marketplace. But the Oberlo marketplace, if we press find products here, I'll show you guys. So it's actually inside of Oberlo. So they do have some cool stuff, but to be honest, it's much less mature than AliExpress. And so if you guys remember, Oberlo Chrome extension. Earlier in the course, we actually downloaded the Oberlo Chrome extension. If you haven't, go ahead and download it now. And so we already have it added to Chrome, which is why we see it right here. And so let's actually go to AliExpress now. Add it to Chrome if you don't have it though. So we're going to type in golf here. And we are going to say golf men polo. So let's get a couple cool ones. This one's fine. It has ePacket. It looks good. So we're going to click this little button right here, which is the Oberlo button. So on any products in AliExpress, and again, we're not going to use Oberlo's fine products here. We're going to use AliExpress. We can actually add it to our cart. So we're going to add that polo. This one is kind of nice. We're going to add this one. Let's get golf women polo. This one looks all right. We're gonna add this one. This one looks okay. We're gonna add that one as well. And then let's put maybe golf clubs. So we're gonna add, some of these are pretty ridiculous. Let's do golf accessories. So let's add, a little putting swinger. And we're going to add a golf training aid, straight practice elbow brace. And so now we're going to open the import list. And we can click it right here. But I mean, if you don't want to click it there, you can just see it if you go to import list. So it'll be in both places. But just to make it easier, we're just going to click it where it says open import list, and it opens up a window for us. And so now we can see our import list. So what we have to do now is we push all products to shop. And what this does is it automatically imports all of the pictures, all of the descriptions, all of the product details, literally everything into your Shopify store so easily, guys. It is literally incredible how fast it can do that. So now when we come back to Shopify and we go to products, all products, we see all of these different products here. And so now let's actually get into building this store. So we currently have 6 products, and two of them, these two are kind of related. The men's polos are related, and the women's polos are related. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into what's called collections, and we're going to create a collection. We're going to call this one men's polos, and for now we're just going to put men's polos again here. And so I want to talk about conditions really quick. Right now, we're going to manually select products, but as you start to scale, this conditions box becomes quite interesting. So what we can do is we can automatically select products to go into collections. So let's say that you sell a men's polo and you start selling a bunch of men's polos and you want to add 20 more men's polos, but you don't want to have to manually add them all to the collection. Then what you can do is you can say product tag is equal to, and then you could say something like men's polo, right? And if you do that, and then you come into all products, then when we actually click into this product right here, we can see that it has an area for tags. And so you'd say men's polo, and it would automatically import into the collection. But since we're just getting started for the most part, what we're going to do is we're just going to create our own collection, and we're going to manually add some products. So we're going to put men's polo for both of those. We're going to manually select products. So when we press Save Collection, it will give us a chance to actually add some products here. So we're going to sort by manually, and we are going to add the men's polo breathable polo tee. And we are also going to add the other polo men's. And so once we do that, we're going to press save. And the collection is now saved successfully. So let's set up 2 more collections. We're going to call this women's polos. We're going to manually select again, save collection. And then we are going to add products. So it is the PM ladies clothes. So these 2 are the women's polos. We're going to see them populate here, and we are going to save. And then we're going to hop back to collections, and we're going to add 1 more collection. And we're going to call this golf accessories. Manual, save. And anybody who's been around e-commerce for a number of years, like the actual speed at which we can create a fully functioning e-commerce store is incredible, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean soon. So this is probably the part that takes the longest. All right, so now we have the collection set up, and so what we can do is we're going to actually come into Online Store, and we're going to customize our theme. So let's start to actually change this theme. So let's say that we don't really like this back banner. So maybe we want to add some new images here. And so if we check here, I do have 3 resources that I like to use. Burst.shopify has copyright-free images. Unsplash is probably the best, so we'll start there. And so then let's actually find a couple of golf pictures. So we're just going to type golf in here. So these are all free to use images. So we'll download this one. Maybe we'll grab one more that we like. This one's pretty nice. Kind of gives you the feeling of being at the putting range or the driving range. All right, and so now that we have those 2 images, we're going to come back here, and we're going to actually edit the slide. So we're going to upload an image, and let's choose this one. So once it has time to update, and all of a sudden we have a beautiful little image for us. And this is our first slide. Something that I want to note, just so you guys know, TinyPNG is a website that will actually shrink these. And so just for the sake of time, I'm not going to shrink every single one. But for a website, it's very important that your home screen and all of your imagery, especially if you have a heavy image-oriented site with a lot of product photos and things like that, the load time is incredibly important. A recent study that I read said that if your load time is longer than 3 seconds, your bounce rate is like 75% higher. So it is important to compress all of these, and TinyPNG is a good way to do that. Basically, all you do is just take the original image and you drag it to here, and then once it has time to compress, it will start at something like 3.7 megabytes, and once it's done, it will be down to 1.1 megabyte. And so I know that doesn't seem like a huge difference, but it does add up over time. And so it's good to kind of get in the habit, especially if you only have one store, and you're really focusing on it and you want it to load beautifully fast, or you notice it loading slow. This is a good way to kind of go about doing that and making it load faster. But just for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that for every single one. And so we are going to, we are going to add this one and press select. And so now this is our first slide, and it looks pretty good. So we can auto-rotate between slides. They're going to change every 5 seconds. And we're going to add just one more just image here. We are going to add it right here. So we're going to upload another one and choose the other image. Just kind of a nice little image of some golf balls being dumped out on some nice little grass here. So we're going to select that. I mean, the opacity is a little high on this one. I want it to be a little bit more bright. So we're going to put that down to 0. And we're going to call this Golf Legends Unite. And we're going to call this Golf Ninjas Anonymous. And, I'll leave that as shop now. And we're going to save this. So this is now our first kind of page here. So let's actually go back and see what we can do now. So something that's important to note is these like kind of go in order. So get comfortable with this right here. We see the slideshow is this first one. If we scroll down, we see that this section right here is what's called rich text. So if we want to update the next section, we can come here. We could say something like Golf Ninjas rule. And you want to describe your story, how you came from nothing, or how your grandson or your granddad was a golf legend, or how you dedicate your life to golf or something like that. And so you want to make your story very emotional and easy for people to associate with and like enjoy, and something like that. Obviously you wouldn't write that, I'm just writing it for you guys. And so we're going to save that. So we see here that this is the slideshow right here. If we go down one, this is the slideshow right here. If we go down one, this is the rich text. So then the next one would be the collections list, which we see right here. So if we want to edit the collections list, we'll just do this. And this is so easy, guys. I mean, if you're just coming to e-commerce for the first time, Shopify has made this unbelievably easy. They've really organized everything for you. And so we're going to have this first one be men's polos that we already set up. We're going to have this second one be women's polos, which we set up. And we're going to have this third one be the golf accessories. And so now, once we save this, we can actually preview it in real time. So we can click men's polos, and we see our two here. If we wanted to add, more, if we wanted to add more to the collection, all we'd have to do is go to the collection itself and add another product, and we'd really, literally just import it from Overlow, and it would be that easy. Oops, I just exited out. So I do like this, but one thing that I don't really like is that, the image from Overlow has a gray background here. So let's figure out how we can actually fix that. So if we go to General Settings, we go to Colors, and then what looks like this. Okay, product background, so this is probably it. So, okay, here we go. So now it looks much better. Very sleek, white background, really matches up. And so we're going to save this. It's all about the little stuff, guys. And so we're going to jump back in. Let's see what we can do. We're going to hop back into the overarching theme here and set up the rest of it. So now we have, a beautiful banner kind of set up. We have Golf Ninjas rule. We have our collections, men's polos, women's polos, and golf accessories. Our featured collection, we can edit here. So if we want to edit our featured collection, we could call this, trending now or something like that. And if we had a different collection here, or maybe we wanted to like re-feature golf accessories, it'll actually put both of them here again with a beautiful white background. Looks much, much nicer. And if we wanted to actually change our newsletter text, we say something like, only the best golfers are here. We'd say something like, subscribe for the most up-to-date information on everything golf. And you could say something like, P.S. we never spam. Say something like that. Obviously I'm doing this really fast, guys, just to show you exactly how it's done. But it's just so easy.